underway. You can kill my mind for flow, flow. Hold me till I scream for every and wash me over until my will runs dry. Send all your sins all over me, baby, baby, baby.
What up, Buzz Gang? And we're back with another video.
What's good, gang? Okay, sorry it's been about 2 weeks since our last upload.
Yes.
My birthday kept us very busy. We had festivities before the birthday. Then we had a birthday week trip. My baby took me to Tulum, Mexico for a week. So we was turning up out there. So yeah, it's been a minute since y'all got a video. But we back with a new episode of Real Talk Tuesday for y'all.
Yes.
We fresh off the plane. This plane closed. Don't judge us.
Don't judge us.
You know what I'm saying? But we fresh off the plane and came to do a video for y'all though.
So today's topic is unrealistic versus realistic expectations in a relationship.
Before we get into it, I need you to like this video, thumbs this video up, make sure you comment, share this video, all that. And you know what I'm saying? Be looking out for our vlog of Mexico because that's dropping next.
Yeah.
So to get into this video, baby, you said unrealistic versus realistic expectations in a relationship, right?
Yeah, and if y'all see me looking down a little bit, we got some notes in my phone.
There's a few talking points that we wanted to go over though in the video.
Right. So to start it off, I'm gonna start off with a little passage that, I read.
Okay.
So it says, unrealistic expectations include things like wanting your partner to change their values, being the source of your happiness, or going against their natural masculine or feminine polarity. Don't expect your partner to react or feel the same way you do, and never expect perfection. So those are unrealistic expectations, but we're going to dissect them piece by piece. Which one you want to start with, eh?
Okay, so I'm going to tackle wanting your partner to change their values. So in a relationship, you get into a relationship, everybody is their own person. Everybody has their own identity. Mm-hmm. Everybody likes different things. Everybody's passions are different. Everybody wants out of life are different. And I feel like in a relationship, you're just supposed to enhance that, accompany that, and respect that. Like whatever you want to do in life, and whatever your desires, your values are about anything, any given topic, any situation, I feel like you should never have to compromise that just because you're in a relationship. I feel like your partner should always respect what you value in a sense.
Oh, Jazz hit that on the head. I ain't even gonna lie. Good job, baby. She came with the facts and she ain't play with y'all. But yeah, about changing their values, I feel as if like she said, you really have to learn how to respect them as their own individual person. And with that comes sometimes you're not gonna like whatever it is that they may do. Just like your partner might be churchy and you might not be religious, but to each his own. And you gotta realize that I loved you, or I chose you. I wanted to be with you for the person that you were. So for me to try to change what it is that you see value in, what is that trying to say?
And just because we become one, that doesn't mean that your core value of who you are as a person disappears.
Ooh.
So
say that one more time.
Just because you become one, that don't mean your core value as a person disappears. Like you always have to make sure you establish and put your own identity in your relationship.
Maintaining
you can't do that.
Self-identity, because
that is very
a lot
important.
of people do end up losing themselves and core values once they get with somebody trying to be whatever it is that they think that their partner wants.
Right.
You're not perfect.
Yeah.
And sometimes what I might think is cool for me, it might not, what they say, what's good for the goose is not always good for the gathering.
Yeah.
And that flows within the relationship. You don't have to be everything that they think is ideal. And if that's the case, then let them move on to the person that they think is their ideal person that's going to give them that, because it's always going to be something that they're not going to like about you. And I mean, not saying you got to put up with it, but sometimes, you just got to,
and like
the hat's over the wall. You just gotta take it for what it is.
I was saying that in changing your person's values, your mate's values, in a sense, is asking them to change themselves. And it's like, why would you want to do that? You got with that person for who they are and for what they are. So like, you should never want to change your person in the relationship. Y'all just supposed to grow together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and sometimes that's difficult, but if y'all mesh, if y'all one, if y'all meant to be, if
and y'all
twin
really
flame,
want the relationship,
yeah, you're gonna do the work to work at that, and y'all gonna grow together, and it's not gonna interfere with the other person growing.
Okay, and I would like to move on to it actually saying like them being your source of happiness. Don't get me wrong, true, your mate is ultimately supposed to make you happy, but people need to understand that that is really a personal emotion. It has to come from you. It has to be within you. You have to be happy ultimately with the person that you are, everything that you bring, everything that you possess, because to expect that from another person is so unfair, and it puts so much, what's the word I'm looking for? It just puts so much on them to basically have to be that happiness for you. Like, yes, they're supposed to make you happy, but to be your only form and your only source of happiness,
you have to be your own source of happiness first. Like, you got to be happy with yourself, and you got to know how to make yourself happy before you can even expect that out of anybody else's. It's no one else's job to make you happy or keep you happy. That's your job. Those are your emotions. So it's like, yeah, they're here to add to that. They're here to enhance that. But it's not their sole purpose. You cannot blame your emotions solely on your mate. Mm-hmm. Like you.
And can I want to give it like a little disclaimer of like honesty. Like, at first in our relationship of getting back to even know each other, Jazz kind of used to do that, but I can understand why. When you aren't like, you so not in touch with, not saying that she wasn't in touch with her emotions, but because she was being pulled from so many different directions, and when the person has so many different like traumas, even with myself, childhood traumas and things of that nature, like it's hard to understand like, where am I supposed to pull this happiness from if I haven't felt it?
Yeah.
So
that was definitely like a teaching moment being in my relationship, honestly. Yeah. So don't make your partner the sole source of your happiness. You gotta find it outside of your partner, and you gotta find it within yourself. Is the basic point to that.
And lastly, not expecting your partner to react or feel the same way that you do. 9 times out of 10, anytime that people get into an argument, it's a battle, really. Like, I'm right, no. And honestly,
you should let me tackle that.
You both are right, because it's from your own perspective. Yeah. You got to realize that no two people see the same thing in the same light. Right. You can see a car accident and you see one person go one way, and that's what my perspective was. Like, no, they came out of the car first or ejected from the car first, but you like, no, I seen them hit the tree. But it's your own perspective, and you have to respect another person's feelings and emotions, and you might not agree, and that's okay. It's okay to agree to disagree. That is really true. Everybody feel like, oh, in order for an argument to be successful, I have to agree with everything that you said. Yeah. And no, that's not true.
And that's how
it's like I hear you, you're heard, okay, but I don't feel or I don't see it from that same perspective as I said.
Yeah, and that's like a lot of like what I used to do. I would try to place categories and like right or wrong, or like, no, I think this, and I'm trying to get you to understand that I think this. So in a sense, I think you're supposed to agree with this, and that's like not realistic, and that's not how things go. Like, I had to really adapt and learn and understand that no, just because she has her own perception, her own opinion of the situation, that doesn't make her right. That doesn't make me right. That doesn't make either of us wrong. It's just what we both feel about the situation. And so a lot of times we may end up like, we're going to agree to disagree, or it's just going to be indifferently, because that's just how we both view it. And then we move on. Like, it's not nothing that, you know what I'm saying? You can't keep getting mad when someone doesn't either understand or agree with your perception, because they're allowed to have their own idea. They're allowed to feel a different way. Yeah. Like, and it's okay. It's not wrong. It's just a difference of opinion in which everybody has. It's supposed to have. No, you're not supposed to think like anybody else on the same matter or same subject about everything. That's not realistic.
Yeah, and like she said, that did used to be a pull for us. Like, she always would be like, how am I always wrong? And I'm like, I'm not saying that you're wrong, but that's not my way. That's not how I perceived it. That's not how I took it, how I got it, what the information was transpired to me. That's not how it sometimes. She even said, like, understanding. It's not that I don't understand. It's not that you don't understand. I fully get you. But if that's not my way of thinking, or if that's not how I took it, then therefore my rebuttal to you is not going to be in agreement of what you said.
Right.
So a lot of times you have to take, I'm defending myself out of it, because I should never have to defend
Right.
me to you, because at the end of anybody's day, you know my character, you know who I am,
You gotta
love
learn
me for me, so therefore, okay, this is just a situation.
Right. And you gotta learn how to have healthy arguments in relationships. Like, it's unrealistic to think that y'all gonna agree every day, that you're not gonna irritate each other, or that certain things or certain disagreements may happen. Right? We're human. It all happens. But a big part of like not letting toxic and vital arguments escalate is really like learning, you know what I'm saying, not to hit below the belt, how to have healthy arguments, and how to give each other space when it's needed.
And know
during
your
that
other
argument.
person's triggers.
Yeah, and don't push on them, don't play on them. You know what I'm saying? So that's like a big part of you need to be realistic with.
Because ultimately you got to know that we are a team, and this is just a difficult sprat or talk. It's not an argument. That's one thing too I have changed with us. I say we don't argue, we have debates. So therefore, you know, you saying your side, I'm saying my side.
Right.
And it's not I'm right, you wrong, you right, I'm wrong. It's I hear you, you hear me.
Everybody is heard, everybody is seen, everybody is respected.
Yeah. And this goes so well with even coming back from our vacation. We were talking with a guy, and he said that his wife of 35 years cheated on him. That is so wild to me. And then he stated how he was looking for, you know, someone who is able to communicate correctly and not just, you know,
always talk at him. Yeah.
So yeah, it's funny how things go in like a full 180.
Yeah, and then that's our topic, right?
Right. So
let's talk about realistic.
Let's get on our realistic expectations, baby. You could go ahead and go if you like.
All right, let me see.
Yeah, give me another 4 minutes.
So, realistic expectations. Showering your partner with affection. Like, you have to, you got to know
your person love language, honestly.
Yeah, and I want to say, you need to know, when you need to be about your partner and when you need to be about yourself. Like, that's you got to have a right balance in a relationship. Like, it's not always about you, and it's not always about them. You know, sometimes, you know, your partner may have bad days. That's the time where you need to shower them with a little more affection, love them a little more, care for them a little extra. You know what I'm saying? Whatever both people need in a relationship need to be met with that affection.
Absolutely. And that comes into account, like she's saying, no, you got to know your person, because sometimes I'm guilty of that. Like, if I feel a way, or if I'm not sure of my emotions, or if I'm sad or something, sometimes I like to push away and be to myself. And I can say that she understands that now. She used to be like, come here, let's hug, let's, you know, let me, and I'll be like, it's not me being mean, but I'll be like, I don't want that. Like, let me be able to soak in my feelings, because sometimes people do need that. Like, you so good at being happy-go-lucky and just getting up and go and making shit happen, that when you get that moment and you like, damn, I'm not feeling my best, I want to stay in that emotion for a little bit. But I will say that she do very well at leaving me be now. And then she knows when it's like, oh, it's okay for me to come in and, you know, shower you with that love and that affection that I wanted to give you, because I saw you hurting, or I saw you sad, or I saw you in your moment. And yeah.
All right, baby, what you tackling now?
So I'm going to tackle mutual trust, because it's a lot of lackluster people out here. Y'all is in full-blown relationships with people that y'all just don't trust, and I don't understand it.
At all.
One thing I can say, and I have always said, I know for a fact she ain't out here making me look dumb.
At all. Never will.
And that's one thing that'll keep a relationship. We have had some bad times. Don't get me wrong, but the fact of that, I know I can lay my head down, and I know I ain't gotta go through your phone. I ain't gotta search in all your social medias and stuff. That make you crazy. That makes you crazy. So, as being realistic, you all should mutually trust each other and be comfortable, and your guard should be fully let down, and you should know that the person that you got you.
Absolutely. And like, when baby speak on bad times, you know, it's like internal relationship stuff, you know, my trauma and my mental, like learning how to communicate healthy and everything like that, which is everything that relationship is supposed to tackle, I feel like, before marriage, before longevity, and everything of that nature, so that it don't be toxic. So that mutual trust, like, that's essential. It's like, You know what I'm saying? I know we could have disagreements, we could have problems, but I know that ain't gonna be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a fact.
Yeah. And I want to tackle being treated with respect. Again, it's a lot of disrespectful folks out here, and y'all.
Yeah, that stay together.
Y'all just need to know that in order to fully be anything and everything that your mate need, you have to respect them, because you will want that back. Sometimes you gotta think, like, if the shoe was on the other foot, how would he or she feel?
Yeah.
You have to take that into account. How are you out here just doing you, but you pillow talking, I love you, having sex, soul ties with a person that you trying to build with, but you not giving them that mutual respect? It
and
just
you gotta
don't
give
work.
respect, like, in all areas of your relationship. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I listen to her when she talk, I listen to her when she speak. You know what I'm saying, my respect level is high in the aspect of I still open doors. This year 5, I still pull out chairs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I call her queen. I look at her in a certain light. I put her on a certain pedestal because that's the respect factor I got for her.
Yeah, and it don't matter the year
at all.
That
like,
it shouldn't change. It shouldn't change at all. If anything, if it's gonna change, it should elevate.
Yeah.
Find something new.
Yeah, absolutely.
Find something new to do.
You always gotta have respect.
Don't get me wrong, on both sexes, it's some really good men out here. It's some really great women out here, and the more that y'all do, it's like y'all breaking them down, even though it shouldn't. If you're a good person, you should stay a good person, but sometimes it's only but so much that a person can take. So respect your mate. That's top 2 if it ain't number 1.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I think I'm gonna tackle being considerate. Like, so I feel like you always need to, you know what I mean, respect go hand in hand with being considerate as well. Yeah. But you always need to be considerate of who your person is, what your person wants, what your person likes, what your person doesn't like. You know what I'm saying? Triggers, happiness, sadness. Like, always be aware and be vigilant and be, like, engaged in your relationship. So many people go through relationships, go through the day-to-day, and all they care about is their work or what they got to do or stresses or whatever. Like, take time out to really be about your partner. Like, ask about them, ask about what they feeling, how they feel. Like,
how was their day?
Yeah, like, ask them, like, what they want. Like, I randomly asked her, what is a gift you want? Like, be considerate of your person in all aspects of the relationship so that they always feel wanted, needed, heard, loved. Like, all of that, because that's important.
Loved and appreciated.
Yeah.
We really gonna say that, because I feel like this vacation, like, I put on social media, I said it woke my demon up, but I meant that on so many other levels. Like, it really, like, full circled us, because we've been so work, go, pay bills. You know, everyday life was getting to us, and I felt like I needed to decompress. I needed to go back and find that love and that affection in our relationship. You know, it's so easy, like she said, to put your relationship on a back burner due to everyday life issues and things that might transpire, that sometimes you do need to just take yourself away, and your mate, and it just be y'all, and y'all just focus on that connection again.
And that's why we engage in, like, a lot of, like, you know, trips, date nights, random road trips, whatever, because, like, we work outside of each other and we own a business together, so it's like things can get really hectic and only seem like the business is the forefront. And, you know, I always want to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, she know and she feel that she's always the forefront. She's always important. She's always loved.
Ultimately what needs to feel happy. So
so
outside of all of that, outside of being business partners, we are lovers.
Yeah. And, like, I show a lot of affection. Like, I'm always posting my baby. I'm always talking about my baby.
She's
like,
super affectionate.
Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes baby will be like, okay, that was enough kisses, baby. I'm like, okay, whatever. But,
I'm really that nigga.
But we're going to end this video here. We hope you enjoyed our segment of Real Talk Tuesday. Before we go, as you can see, we are in our office. You see our inventory behind us. We done dropped some new hats. You know what I'm saying? We got jogging suits. We got new t-shirts that we about to come out with. Women's crop jogging suits, unisex jogging suits, short sets in stock, dresses in stock. Come shop the brand. And that's just that on that. www.blackmentalityclothing.com. Our Instagram is blackmentalityclothing216. We appreciate any and all support. Share whatever you want to, whatever you can. You know what I'm saying? Shop the brand. Like this video. Comment.
Yes. See y'all
and leave some more suggestions. We will take requests.
Buzz out.